I was just thinking when the rowers were out training this morning, there were so many crews out. I mean, it looks fantastic for an observer just to look and say, oh,
Yeah.
you know, there's the Australian 8 who look actually really good.
Yeah.
And there's the other crews, but the water looked really bouncy.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of people lining up to try and get on the water to actually just go out training because there's so many crews looking to get out. But here we go. It's time for the lightweight women's singles. They'll be climbing aboard boats that look like this one, that weigh 14 kilograms. They'll be placing them in the water somewhere behind us, and we'll have warmed up. And this is our first heat.
So from Angola, Concial, Angola, Adriana Escobar. From El Salvador, Sofia Kokanjevic. From Serbia, Martine Veldhuis. From the Netherlands, and Aurélie Morizot from France, who will be in the lane closest to us. And we will probably get all of this race, which will be a treat.
Yeah, I think we will, as they're just getting attached there 2 minutes before. Don't want to be later than 2 minutes, or you'd pick up an official warning, which one of us would know around here, because we've just finished our umpire training.
Oh, well done, Greg, actually. Yeah, you guys listening won't know that Greg Searle is newly qualified as a British umpire.
I am an umpire, so I know what you're supposed to say and when you're supposed to say it. And what we're seeing here is to be someone called an aligner. But you don't need an aligner here because we've got these plastic shoes, which the first time I've seen this picture at the start, that there's the plastic shoe that the bows of each single scull or each boat are going to get put into, which guarantee us good alignment and obviously fairness as they sit on the start.
So Morizot from France, who is a sculler from Boulogne in this closest lane. Then Veldhuis from the Netherlands. Next to Veldhuis, one up, is Kokanovic from Serbia. Escobar from El Salvador. Really blasting out there. And that is lane 3. Kokanovic from Serbia. She's not really gone out very quickly, has she?
She's made a terrible start, hasn't she, the Serbian scully? You thought she'd know it well. I'll let you finish the lane intro.
Yeah, and just on the far side, Angola from Angola.
And she's only 15 years old.
I think I put a little thing. That's a great shout,
Greg. Born in 2008.
Yeah. Do you think she's the youngest competitor?
She is. Well, I've read that she's the youngest competitor here. You can see her in the back of the picture there, getting away to a fairly clean start.
I did try to find out as much as I could about Angola and Ryan, and I kind of failed. They don't have a big presence on the internet. But
well, if anyone wants to message us, you know how to find Mark Crossy, is it? Yeah,
Mark Crossy. So these scullers are trying to qualify directly to the semi-final. It's the first two through to that part of the competition. The rest will have to go through to the repechage. And it does look like the sculler from El Salvador, Escobar,
she's made a good start.
Yeah, she's not in the lead.
So Escobar from El Salvador. She's in third position right now as I look at the monitor that I've got, which tells us that it's Martine Veldhuis. Perhaps unsurprisingly, who's leading this one. She got the world silver last year and the European silver last year in the lightweight single.
Yeah, Veldhuis, she was in the Dutch quad, the open weight quad at the Europeans. And, you know, I don't understand why Netherlands rowing, who've got Olympic golds in the lightweight women's double sculls, they don't have proper funding for a lightweight women's double, but I don't think they do. So Veldhuis she's tried to scull as a heavyweight this year, and they said, you know, you're now a heavyweight sculler, and now she's back like trying to be a lightweight, and it must be quite challenging for the 26-year-old Netherlands. So the sculler from Neerhouse, who's leading the race at the moment, but
yeah, like you say, that's tricky. But the Netherlands team have been trying lots of combinations, haven't they? They're obviously using this year to try things out. We should point out that actually it's the French sculler there, Aurélie Morizot, who has taken the lead here. She made the A final in Lucerne. Actually picked up a gold at Varese at that World Cup.
Yeah, I think that was a really impressive result. Her hero or heroine is Emma Twigg.
Oh, and that's cool, isn't
it? And she's really inspired by Emma. And of course, if you don't want to look any further for inspiration, you've got the French lightweight double who took a silver in Tokyo, Tarantola and Boe. So French lightweight rowing at the top of its form at the moment.
Yeah, it's fun to think of people who inspire you, Martin, because of course I'm sitting beside you, and you inspired me. And Emma Twigg is going for her 5th Olympic Games, trying to qualify for her 5th Games. How many did you do?
Yeah, that's I did 4 Olympic Games.
4 Olympic Games, okay.
I've just heard from Rogier Blink, who is top Dutchman. You raced him in the 2012 Olympics.
Yeah.
Apparently the Dutch lightweights do have proper funding, not a successful enough second lightweight rower to go with Veldhuis. So apologies to Dutch rowing for saying they weren't particularly funding the Dutch lightweight women's double, because this probably will be the last year of lightweight rowers, or the last Olympiad with lightweight rowers in it, which is kind of why I said that. But thank you to Rogier for coming back with that information. Veldhuis in second place with the white cap on, Morizot, Victorine Varese, Sculler from Boulogne.
Yeah, Morizot's had a good middle thousand here so far, hasn't she? That she's just gently edged past, slightly lower rating. She's down at 32, as opposed to Veldhuis, who kind of keeps it ticking along a bit more at a sort of 36. You can even just see the difference there, but it's just quite a nice connection, I think, that the French sculler gets on the near side.
Yeah, she's sculling really beautifully. And it must be tough for Aurélie, to actually be in the lightweight team with Tarantola and Boe. And
yeah,
you know, she's obviously hoping to get past one of them, but they are the Olympic silver medalists, and you know, hopes for a medal in Paris.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's a good team. It's always good to have good competition, isn't it? Good support around you. Just look at Morizot, the French sculler there. She's just had strayed towards that buoy line with her left blade. I think she made a little correction just to get back in the centre of the lane, and it's almost slightly opened the door, and Martine Veldhuis of the Netherlands has been able to move on. That big 36 strokes a minute is still going, and it's kind of concerted push she's putting in here as we're coming towards 500 to go.
Yeah, these scullers have to weigh in a maximum of 59 kilos before the event, couple of hours before the event. And if you're wondering, you would have seen the women's sculls earlier. That's an open weight category. It's the Olympic category, and this is a weight category. It's a non-Olympic event. But a lot of these scullers would be hoping to qualify for the Olympics in a lightweight women's double scull.
Yeah.
So it does have that compelling.
And it's interesting you talk about that weight thing, that Veldhuis, as you say, she's come down to 59 today. You know, she's allowed to go to 61.5 in the winter from October onwards.
Oh, really?
Lightweight women can race at 61.5.
From this October?
No, through the winter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
For winter racing.
Oh,
yeah,
so
this is knowing the rules.
The world in yeah.
It's 57 kg average
Yeah.
for crew boats, 59 maximum.
Yeah.
But then it can go up to 61.5 during the winter. But I guess just thinking about Veldhuis and how she's had to come up and down in weight to make that heavyweight quad.
Yeah.
Where you'd imagine she'd be able to be a bit heavier.
I don't know.
Winter weight.
I wonder what she raced at in Bled in the Europeans in the open weight quad.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the first heat of the women's lightweight single. Martine Veldhuis from the Netherlands, the world silver medalist in this event, has just sculled through Aurélie Morizot from France. It's those two that look like certain qualifiers. In the distance, we've got the sculler from El Salvador, Adriana Escobar, who has had a really good race. She was a participant in the International Olympic Committee World Anti-Doping Agency Symposium in Lausanne. So she's quite forthright as an athlete representative. She did try to qualify for the Rio Olympics back in 2016. So she's got some pace on her, but not fast enough to compete with this lady here, Veldhuis.
No, Veldhuis has had some pace on her in this last 750 or so. She showed Morizot, the French sculler, the opportunity, but then took that lead back, and we see them come through the line. A strong win there for the Dutch sculler, Martine Veldhuis, ahead of Aurélie Morizot. Those two take those first two qualifying positions, and there's a big old gap back towards Escobar as we said, from El Salvador.
13 seconds off world best time pace, which was set, of course, by Imogen Grant 2022 years last year on the Rotsee. The British lightweight sculler, who we'll see later in the week in the double.
Yeah, you'll probably just hear the beep go off now as Escobar comes across the finish line.
Yeah, there wasn't much point in Escobar doing too much. She had a big lead on Conceição Ngola from Angola.
Yeah, and disappointing for the Serbian sculler as well.